Welcome to Midlife Unlimited Live for Five. I'm your host, Kate Porter, the Midlife Metamorphosis Coach, and I am delighted to be joined today by my good friend and episode 9 guest, Steph Walsh, the Feel Good Animator, to give you a taste of our episode, How to Unslump Yourself as a Midlife Woman. So, welcome, Steph. It's wonderful to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, everyone who is actually tuning in to watch live or on replay. We recorded our episode in what was the midst of winter because we wanted to actually have it out there, if I remember correctly, at the beginning of January. We
Yeah.
did say at the time that I absolutely love January. I'm one of those rare, beasts who actually love to actually fire on all cylinders, at the beginning of winter or the midst of winter when it's dark and possibly we're feeling the post-Christmas slump. Now, I would
Mm.
expect that for our listeners today would be a different experience because I'm in London, sun is shining, sky is blue. Who knew that it was blue after however many weeks of nothingness?
Absolutely. Well, I'm in Bucks and spring is springing. Now,
Yes.
we're celebrating International Women's Day today, and the theme is accelerate action. But when you're stuck in the midlife slump, and it's a real thing, it's tough to take action. And we drew inspiration for our episode from your fabulous passion project. I will let you say what it is because I love it and I'm in it.
Thank you, Kate. Yes, I actually used your avatar in that one. Your animated character, I should actually call it. Oh, the Places You Go by Dr. Seuss. Something that I actually created with the help of Stasia, who obviously lent her beautiful voice, and my boyfriend Sam, who is a sound engineer and musician. We created that in August, September, October last year, and of course, it was a passion project of mine because I really liked the acknowledgement that life is not all a valley of roses. There are difficulties and there are slumps, and unslumping oneself is not easily done, as Dr. Seuss actually says, because sometimes the slump really takes us down and leaves us into that pit. I wouldn't call it necessarily of despair, but actually of nothingness. And it's very,
Mm.
very difficult to unslump oneself from the sort of situation whereby you feel like you're shouting into space.
Absolutely. And another great, I mean, my character actually appears in the waiting room, and it can be that constant feeling. And again, so many of the women that I coach, that waiting around for a yes or a no, that procrastination, the fear of trying, the fear of failing, these are all very real fears that can hold us back from taking that action.
Yeah, the fear also to be making any decision whatsoever, as if whatever decision was indeed a, live or die. And it's not, it really isn't. But, sometimes there are certain things that we perceive as non negotiable. And oh my God, what is actually going to happen if I take decision A as opposed to decision B? But I think that I heard not long ago that there aren't as such wrong decisions. We just need to open our mind to being able to live with the consequences of decision A or decision B. You just basically play with the hand you have been dealt.
Well, I talk about rather than mistakes, missteps. And the whole thing about missteps means you are moving. So
Yeah.
you are growing, you are taking action. Now, in our episode, which is, I forgot to say, available wherever you listen to your podcast, so tune in now, we come up with the 3 C's of unslumping. Now, we're going to give golden nuggets. You've got to go and listen for the whole thing. But cheerleading, change, which is scary, but comfort zones, which are scarier.
Yeah. And my suggestion is, and I am pressed for time and only address one comfort zone. Get out of your comfort zone. I know it's scary and I know it is effectively the building block of change, getting outside of your comfort zone. But it is true that that's where life truly begins. So don't be scared.
No, wholeheartedly behind that. I, I love the phrase nervous sighted. I'm not sure where I heard it, but sometimes that whole feeling, what we think is fear, is actually excitement wrapped up in a really strange gift. But if we just look at the big bow and we open it up, and the childlike curiosity that comes with that.
Yeah.
There are so many opportunities, and cheerleaders. And thank you, Steph, for being one of my most amazing cheerleaders. It's a joy having you in my world. Now, if anyone else would like a bit of Steph in their world, all her contact details are in the show notes for our episode and on the Midlife Unlimited podcast website. And you can connect with me there as well. And obviously, Steph, how can they watch your wonderful Dr. Seuss creation?
Yes, of course. You can see it on my website, linkedinfamous.co.uk. There's a Dr. Seuss link at the top, and you can watch the whole video on my YouTube channel as well. Everything is linked from both my website and also my LinkedIn profile.
Well, thank you for joining me today. Thank you for watching, everyone. Here's to living Midlife Unlimited.